Hello students, this presentation is about physics. Since this is just start of your class 11th, so before I start to teach you, as an instructor, it's my responsibility to let you feel comfortable with this subject. Okay, so how many phenomena are occurring around you, inside your body? You hear because of physics, you see this word because of physics, your heart is beating because of physics. These are some phenomena that are continuously working. So I'm trying to introduce you with the most interesting subject, that is physics. In this colorful and diverse nature, we observe a lot of phenomena. Some of them are. What do you mean by colorful? Everything around you is colorful. And what is the diverse? Diverse means a thing which is different from other, means you can distinguish them easily. So we have some phenomena, you observe it in your daily life. The first one is heating object due to rubbing, means when you rub two objects, they start heating itself. The second one is the color of sky is blue, whereas cloud are white in a sunny day. You might have studied it in your class 10th. What is the reason behind that? Formation of rainbow and red color of sun while sunset and sunrise, also studied in class 10th. You see this colorful word because of physics. The twinkling of a star but not planet, again studied in class 10th. Why the object sink and float, this one is from class 9th. The orbit of natural and artificial satellite, means their speed and how they revolve, what is the factor behind their revolution, you will study in class 11th. Phenomena of falling, free falling, understood, class 9th. So a lot of phenomena occurring around us. I have explained some of them, some are remaining, but soon you will be familiar with all the phenomena occurring around you. So now the question is, why we are studying this subject? Physics is concerned with some basic rules. Which kind of rule? Some basic rules which are applicable in many fields, including bio and medical science. These are the scope and excitement in the physics, means you can do much better in physics, in medical science, with the help of physics. The great physicist Dr. R.P. Feynman explanation about physics. Suppose you don't know how to play chess, but you are allowed to watch the game. Two players are playing and you are just watching the game. You are seeing the moves of the player, and by seeing that you conclude up some rules of the chess, that why the player is doing so. But it may be true that the rule you created by seeing the phenomena might not be correct, or it may be correct. Sometimes it may wrong, sometimes it may correct. But if we know all the rules of chess, it is not so simple to understand all the complications of the game in the given situation and to predict the correct move. So, finally, I can say that knowing the basic rule is a minimum requirement to play the chess. Understood? The physics goes in the same way. The nature around us is like a big chess game played by nature, and the event are the moves. Understood? Now, a new question arises: who are the physicists and what they do? So, physicists are someone who discovers the laws of nature and study deeply about the laws and then discloses the law for all of us, and now we are studying these laws. But remember, no one has the authority to frame the rules of physics. Means we cannot make any rule in physics. We only discovers the rules of physics. We have some popular scientists, physicists: Aryabhat, Newton, Einstein or Feynman are great physicists. They discovers a lot of rules, basic rules according to which physics works. But physics cannot alone exist without mathematics. There are close nexus in between physics and mathematics. The description of nature becomes easy if we have the freedom to use mathematics, because math makes easy the count, the quantity, the number that we deal to describe the nature, to describe the physics. Because maths have following technique like algebra, trigonometry, calculus. You are not familiar with the term calculus, but soon you will be. What is calculus, how it is useful in physics, and how it helps us to understand the nature. So finally we can say that mathematics is the language of physics. Like if someone want to write a poem, but if he don't know the vocabulary or the rules of grammar, he cannot express the feeling in that manner so that everyone can understand. Similarly, physics cannot stand alone without mathematics. So mathematics itself is not physics. Mathematics is not physics, but physics helps of mathematics to prove itself. For example, from universal law of gravitation, you all are familiar with this law, that force is directly proportional to product of masses divided by square of distance between them. To understand this, we know that two objects attract each other if they have masses. But now the question arises, by how much? So now you can relate, force is directly proportional to product of masses upon square of the distance. means now you can tell the amount by which it is attracting. Understood? Let us suppose one more example. If wanna go from Faizabad to Agra, there are many ways to go from here to there. So many means of communication, transportation. But how do you like to go? With comfort or with non-comfort? Of course with comfort. So you will book a deluxe coach to go there, and you will observe the comfort. The deluxe coach will take us there definitely, but with this comfort. And in between the way we can observe so many greenery, the nature, the explore. We reach there, and now the 2 point from where we start our journey and the destination, this is physics, and the deluxe coach is the bus of mathematics. That's make the easy way to go there. Understood? Now I'm concluding it, what we have studied. The study of nature and its laws are called as physics. Physics is not intuitive subject. Means so many times in our study, when I explain something, it will be hard to understand because your intuition will be different and physics will say a different thing. But I will convince you, I will tell you the right way to get into it. The third point is we can only discover the rules, we do not create the rule. Understood? Without math, this is much difficult to study physics. As we have explained earlier, the relationship of mathematics and physics must be clearly understood and kept in mind while studying physics. While studying physics means all the relation you must be knowing. Today we have so many laws, and that law we are working on it, and we simply solve equations to find the answer of a question. Okay, we do it. But if today any law is failed because of nature is not following that law, then that law will be dismissed and new law can be discovered. Understood? Okay, so this presentation has been ended now. See you in the next one with some interesting examples and exercise.